Greetings, everybody. Dave Danto here with a few my tech perspectives, some musings, some things that have been rumbling around in the back of my head for the last few weeks since I came back from Infocom, and I haven't had the thoughts gel together. But I wanted to share with you some of my ideas and maybe explain some things to you and get your opinions because I'd really like to get some conversation going around this. Maybe you could put in the comments or reach out to me or email me or drop me a note and see if my perspective is the same as yours because I've heard this from a number of different sides. This all comes about, when I was walking around the trade show floor and I picked up this card, which was in ViewSonic's booth. They're apparently making, a video conferencing bar, an MTR bar. Uh, uh, they make displays. They've never done video conferencing before, and it just seemed weird that they would be one of the, seemingly thousands of companies that are getting into the space. And it got me really to thinking, like this is a brand of peanuts that I've heard of that's very well respected in the industry, and I would certainly buy any kind of peanuts from them, but would I buy video conferencing from them if they introduced the product? So same goes for this. This is, well-known brand of tissues, and I would never hesitate buying tissues from them, but would I buy video conferencing products from them? Is it appropriate for companies that have no expertise or history in the collaboration space or the video conferencing space to come out with video conferencing products? So I talked about this in the latest Talking Points Insider report, which comes out at the beginning of every month. The July report just came out a few days ago, specifically around video bars being made by Sennheiser and Kramer and other companies that really don't have history in the video conferencing space, and they don't really have any acknowledged or announced or proven expertise in making these devices. Now, they're good companies. Sennheiser makes great audio products, so does Audio-Technica for that matter. But I wonder if the two of those companies should really be making video bars if they don't have any announced or talked about expertise. And then it kind of dawns on me about what difference does it make who manufactures the devices that a number of the video conferencing companies make. Some of them go to OEMs, some of them go to ODMs. Now, that got into a big debate with somebody yesterday about that. Let me explain that. An OEM is specifically a company that will make products for you, original equipment manufacturer, to your specifications. So I've got the expertise, I've got the designs, I understand the space, I have the history in it, and I go to you and say, please make it this way. That's what an OEM does. An ODM is an original design manufacturer. That's a kind of a different animal. An original design manufacturer is somebody that you would go to and say, you know what, I make peanuts, but I'd like to have a video conferencing bar. Do you have the expertise in making it? So they would create the designs, the ODM and the engineering and all of the things that go into the device and present it to me and send it to me. And they would be kind of hush hush quiet in the background. And I would slap my peanut company brand label on the front of it and say, look, I've got video bars now. So and using an OEM might be a better way to go about manufacturing if you don't have the manufacturing capabilities within your plant. And a lot of things we make that way. Using an ODM, I don't know. And again, that's where there's some debate. Personally, I think that's pretty deceptive. If a company is making a device, I want to know they have expertise and history in making that device. And I don't really care about the white labeling of it. Who's got the expertise? Is it reliable? Is it something that I can trust? So we've got a flood of video conferencing bars coming to market right now. Everybody's trying to get into the space, and we have audio manufacturers like Sennheiser and Audio-Technica now creating their first video bar products. And should we trust them? I mean, that you can make the argument that audio is the most important part of video calling. Obviously, video conferencing without video is a phone call, and video conferencing without audio is useless. So certainly, companies that have really strong audio chops, you could make an argument for them getting into video. But again, if they're going to an ODM, I want to know if the people manufacturing and designing these products have expertise in it. Or maybe I'm off base. Maybe, it's a situation now with Microsoft coming out with their version of Android for some of these video bars, their MDEP version, that it's honestly, they've taken all of the nuance out of it at some point when this comes out. And MDEP means that, Kleenex and planters are going to just as easily be able to make video bars because they're just going to be following Microsoft spec. I don't know. What do you think about this? Do you feel like you should know the history of the company that's making the video conferencing devices for you? Do you feel like if a company is buying it from an ODM and then sticking their label on it, that you feel deceived by that, or you don't mind? I'd love to open a dialogue and find out how you feel about some of these things. So put some stuff in the comments here. Drop me a note if you'd like to, and let's keep talking about it. This is Dave Danto for Talking Points with my tech perspective for today.